everyone, it's Amy, and I'm here to show you a really simple card 2 different ways. And so the first thing that I did was I did draw a line at 1 inch because I am not good at eyeballing a straight line. So the first thing I'm going to do is emboss the card, any embossing folder of your choice, and if you don't have an embossing folder, you can always just emboss like just with a ball tool, make lines on it, or you don't even have to have it embossed. But I'm going to quick run this through my machine, and I'll do both cards right now while I've got the machine right here so I don't have to keep putting it back and forth. And I embossed on the side with the line on it because that's going to be my front, and I'm going to need that straight line there. And I'm just going to get a different embossing folder. And again, I have a line at 1 inch, and that's the side I want to put inside my embossing folder. I don't want to put the whole card in the embossing folder. You'll have embossing on the inside of your card also. And then if you want to write on it, it's hard to do, but you can emboss the whole thing if you'd like to. So we'll just run this one through. I was just playing the other day with some double-sided sticky that I got from the recycle store. And then I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with what I made. So here's my second one. You can see the embossing on there. Okay, so now I am going to take a piece of double-sided. It can be any kind of double-sided sticky. You're probably not going to have what I have here because this is some kind of a factory reject or something. But I've adjusted my plate, and I'm just going to put this on my double-sided sticky and cut it. And this is a Provocraft die, and it's a blade die. But any dies that you have that will cut through your double-sided paper will work. And so I'm just going to run this through. And when I'm doing something that I think is a little difficult to cut, I try and run slow. And I'm going to look at it before I pull it off. And it does look like it's cut all the way through. So now I'm just going to, that's smart, I cleaned up and I put my pokey tool away. I'm going to poke out all the little bits, which does take a second, but it's easier to do it this way than to try and put 2 pieces of film together. So, and I did make a card earlier for my brother and my sister. I made them each a card for their birthdays, but I made the same card because I had an idea and I thought it was funny. But, so, either at the end of this video or I'll come back and I'll show those 2 cards. I made a card the other day that I thought was really pretty with my, the die paper that I had made. And then Papa wanted to give it to a friend, and I sent it off for him without even taking a picture of it. So I don't even have a picture of that one anymore, but at least I'm trying to, when I play with something, I'm trying to use whatever it is that I make, you know, as I'm playing. So like, I was playing with this double-sided tape to see how it worked, and I made one of these just like this. And of course now I'm going to have one little piece that's not going to want to agree with me. I wonder if I can get my scissors in there. But yeah, so after I made that tie-dye paper the other day, I used it as the backing of a card, and I used the same double-sided tape and cut out some flowers and put those on there, and it turned out really cute. So then Papa came in yesterday morning and said, "What are you going to do with that card that you made?" I said, "I don't know." "Well, I want to send it to my friend." So he sent it to his friend, and I didn't think about it till after I got home from the post office that I didn't even have a picture of it. There we go. Okay, so I've got this all done. Alright, so I'm going to put aside the cutter, and we're going to take our card, And I'm going to take this double-sided, peel it off, and then I'm just going to eyeball it on my card since it's not a line. And I'm going to go kind of halfway between my line and the top. And hopefully that's about center. There we go. Put that on there. And give it a good press because you've got that, because you've embossed it, you want to kind of get good contact. And then I'm going to peel off this. I'm going to use this card because I didn't bring a piece of paper. I'm going to take some glitter and sprinkle it on there. Give that a press. Tap it off. See how pretty that is? And then I did have some ribbon. Put the top back on my glitter. I had some ribbon that was the same color as that glitter. That's why I chose that glitter, was because I had this glitter ribbon. And I am just going to take this, cut it just barely longer than my card, mostly because these are not my best scissors. Use a little bit of glue. Put the glue right down that line. And you don't need a lot of it because you don't want it coming out the edges of your ribbon or soaking through your ribbon. You can use double-sided tape if you want to, and my glue wants to be picky. Should have brought my glue holder out so it stayed upside down. There we go. Just gonna spread that out on the line. Put that piece of ribbon on there. There. Like I said, you could put that on with double-sided tape. I just like the glue. Excuse me. I had to blow on that. I like the glue because it kind of gets down into the grooves, I think, better. And my ATG gun, I don't think that tape holds super well. So, but there we go. There's the card. And I think that that just looks really elegant with the white and just that little pop of color. I just go through and I will just tip the card over whenever you trim. Trim right next to your card and trim those two pieces off. And I'm going to wait till I have a better pair of scissors to do that. Now, if you don't have any double-sided tape, so you can't do it that way, if you have like a punch around, this is a punch around the page, a Martha Stewart punch around the page, you can do the same thing. Take your card, and then I just want to, again, I'm going to put the ribbon on here too, so I want to be part way up my card. And I'm going to pick up my ruler that I just dropped on the floor. And I'm going to go, let's see, right about there. This card is 6.5 inches. I guess right about there. So 3 1/4 is going to be the center this way. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to line my punch up with that hole. And because my punch is going to center, punch out the center, then that's why I could punch that hole in there. Now this has got magnets on it. I put that on there. Punch it out, scare the dogs. And there we go. Now we've got that. And then all you have to do is you can use double-sided tape and put paper right on the back of it, colored paper, so that on the inside of your card you've got the colored paper. I'm just going to take a small piece of packing tape. I'm going to put it on top of my, I don't want to pick up anything off my tablecloth, so I'm going to set it on top of my die, put the packing tape on the inside of the card, like that, and then, again, take the glitter, Sprinkle it on that packing tape. Press it in. It always works best if you can press it in. You could put a piece of paper on there and then press on it, because it does kind of want to stick to you when you do it with your hand, but I had to blow it off. And there we go. It gives us the same effect. And then you just take your glue, put your glue across the line, which mine's going to be finicky again, and put your ribbon on there. And you'll have a really, I just think that the white, I just love the white with just a pop of color. I think it just looks very elegant. You could use it for a wedding, you could use it for anything. Whatever sentiment you put inside. Birthday. Even with muted colors, you could use it for a sympathy card. Just going to line that right up on my glue. And again, after my glue dries, I will go with a good pair of scissors and trim both edges off. There we go. It's been 11 minutes, and I have made two, I think, very pretty cards. So, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you tried, I'd love to see it. And I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.